We're rolling, by the way, guys.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to my podcast, the Girls Podcast.
Oh, God. First female on the Gooms pod.
You should feel honoured.
Yeah, privileged. Before we start, I just want to shout out the Tour Property Group for hooking us up with this amazing spot in central Manchester, Deansgate. Central Manchester, innit? Yeah? Penthouse, big windows, garden view,
Come on.
modern, everything.
It's dope. Although...
Go on.
I was gonna say, although we actually got given the apartment for the pod or whatever, it is actually a sick apartment, and I even asked to book this later on in the month.
Yeah. YH.
Can't say that on the pod.
What was the
Personal reasons.
What was the decor?
It's actually a surprise.
What's the word for the decor that you used?
Bohemian.
Bohemian.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
They got the Bohemian.
Where's Bohemian?
The Bohemian stuff up in here.
It's giving Tulum, Mexico vibes.
Damn.
That's
My
right.
girlfriend's
Mrs.
in
is gone.
Tulum right now.
Well, you're both there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back to the Gooms Podcast, episode 8.
There we go.
Is it episode 8?
Episode 8.
Yeah, man.
Lucky 8.
8 weeks. Is that a
Is
lucky
8
number?
lucky?
To be fair,
8 is a lucky number in Chinese numbers.
when I play roulette, when I have played roulette, 8 is a very lucky number for me.
I don't play.
I don't play often. I've maybe been casino like 5 times, but 8, I'm always winning.
Right, okay. Enough
When I
casino
play
talk.
roulette,
Enough
I've
casino
been
talk.
5 times in my whole life.
Right, so obviously we've got Soph with us here today.
you for
First of
having
all,
me.
thank you for coming. Would you like to introduce yourself to the people?
Yes. Hello, I'm Sophie Lee. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a burn survivor. And also I am basically women empowerment activist.
Bad bitch.
Yeah.
Bad bitch. Don't go shit. Dope. We met at the Represent event for the first time.
Yes.
And you was there doing your thing, and I recognised you from when everything kind of happened.
Yes.
I just want to get that stuff out of the way. I want to ask you about it, and then I want to dive more into you. But what exactly is it that happened? How it happened, etc. Just fill me in, because I actually don't actually know myself either.
So I think when I tell my story, it is so crazy even now for me to look back on, because so much has happened since being 22. I'm 27 now. So at 22 years old, I was an aspiring fire performer. I was doing quite well at that point. And basically an opportunity came up for me to perform in America. And this is at a charity event. So I thought, okay, this will be good for experience, to be, seen, and also for recognition, right? So I went over to America. I was in Chicago, big up Chi-Town.
Get that in there. Big up the
It's where all the legends are made. Do
Kanye,
you know what I mean?
man.
Yeah, you've got all the legends there. Like Jordan, hello. And I was performing, and basically I was fire breathing, and they left the aircon on, and it was a freak accident, and the wind blew the fire back into my face.
Wait a minute, they left the aircon on. Obviously, I don't really understand that game. Is that a big no-no?
Yeah, so because of the air vent, how strong it is, how am I supposed to blow against an air vent? It's obviously going to blow back at me. And I was blowing the fire. I'd done checks, all my safety checks, everything was turned off. It must have been throughout the night, someone turned it back on or whatever. May have been hot in there. I don't know. And basically when I was blowing the fire, the fire blew back into my face and set me on fire from the chest up to about here, my eyes. And I'm very lucky to be alive, like very, very lucky. So I was on stage at this point, panic everywhere.
I can imagine, man.
Yeah, panic.
And obviously people are watching this unfold as well, right?
Yeah, on stage. Your girl was live and direct. Like it was there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God.
I can
Was
imagine.
it like everything happening in slow motion when it went on?
Yeah, and I felt like, do you know when you're just a bit like, oh, fuck. No.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, I was like, this is one for the outtakes.
Yeah.
So when I was on fire, I was literally like, I
That sounded so cool, by the way.
was on fire.
When I was on fire, tell them.
What was that? What actually does go through your head when something like that happens, though? I can't even imagine.
Fuck.
Is that actually it? You just like, fuck, what do I do?
Yeah, because you never think this is gonna happen to me. Yeah, there's there's always that that fear there that's because it's a high risk job, you know, it's a dangerous job. Okay, there is a risk of fire, there is a risk of this, but you don't think it's going to happen there and then on stage.
Yeah. Especially to yourself as well.
So I went to survival mode, right? Your body just goes into survival mode. And basically I had to just pat myself out in front of everyone, but I didn't react.
No one ran to your aid or nothing? Like, you was just there solo?
I don't think anyone really comprehended what was going on.
Yeah.
And I had to remain calm, right? On the inside, it was alarm bells, it was this, it was like chaos in my head. I was just like,
I can imagine.
How old were you?
22.
Oh, same age as me now.
Yeah. Do you know what day it happened to me on?
Go on.
April Fool's Day.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it's the first time April Fool's Day and Easter Sunday have landed together. And I feel like this resurrected me as a new woman.
Wow. That's a nice way to look at it.
Yeah. But if you need me April Fool's Day, don't. I'm not doing anything April Fool's Day. I'm not going anywhere, not cooking anything. I'm not going near anything. Okay? I'm just going to wrap myself in cotton wool and just lay there for a whole day.
Damn.
So I put the fire out, and then they decided to put ice on me. Now, you should never put ice on a burn. You should never put pure ice on your skin anyway. So on top of a fire burn, I then got an ice burn. So this burn was so deep in my skin at that point, like it was getting worse. And then next thing you know, in Chicago, in Cook County, that's where they train the military for fire, the US military. So at this point, the US Army come, the ambulance come, the fire service come, the police come. Listen, the only person that didn't come was the Pope. Do you know what I mean? Like it was a global gathering. It was all going on. I was like, welcome to the party.
And it was all for you because you was on fire.
I was on fire.
You were on fire,
damn.
man.
I was on fire.
Wait, what are you thinking in that Are you in panic mode? And you're like, why the fuck are all of you here?
Yeah,
Like, just
I think I went into a state of shock where I just had to surrender myself, if anything. Because I couldn't control that moment. Like, I couldn't control what was going on. I couldn't control that moment. I couldn't control the events that are going to happen after this. I'm in a foreign country. I'm by myself.
I can imagine. Fuck.
I was just like...
No one you knew in America with you?
You're just there for a job, right?
Yeah. Listen,
And the worst possible thing
all you
that
want
could
to
have
do
happened.
is make money, look cute, be with friends. Do you know what I mean? You don't think your whole life is potentially going to end. And for me, it nearly did end.
Yeah, and how did that work? Because in America, it's not like they haven't got the NHS, right? So
I'm so lucky they had it was like the ends of Obamacare at that point.
Right, okay.
And they had an emergency fund for tourists who need emergency services.
That's not in place now, though.
No.
Fuck.
Gotta be careful when we go to America, man.
He's
gonna be there with all the paperwork. Like, I've got it all. Don't worry.
To be fair, that'll probably end up being me. He'll be the one that gets us in the trouble, to be fair.
Nah, no chance, man.
We need to take a lawyer with us.
One of our clients is a lawyer. We'll just take him.
Aki!
We need him on speed dial, okay?
But okay, so let's fast forward a bit then.
Yeah.
So everything's happened.
So I'm in hospital.
I'm
coming out of recovery, so I'm in like the ICU, so intensive care. At this point,
How long were you in for?
I don't even know. I feel like that whole time in my life, altogether, I was in hospital for a month.
In Chicago.
Yeah. And do you know what's really... Side note. Do you know what's really sad? My room... I got put into isolation because when you have a fire burn, no one can go near you.
Why?
Because of the bacteria.
Oh, okay.
If you get infection, it's game over.
Yeah.
You're done out here.
I can
Do you know what I
imagine,
mean?
yeah.
So I was basically, in lockdown, before lockdown. And my room was directly across from the Bulls Stadium. And I was so sad watching everyone go to the Bulls games. And I was just
Wait,
there.
and you could see everything.
Yeah.
That's
It was like a big glass window, and the Bulls Stadium's right there. You've got the Jordan 23 over there, and you're just there like, have a great night. I'll just be here.
I mean, at least you could think of that whilst everybody was going in.
Yeah, I think for me, I really wanted to go to the Bulls Stadium as well. I was like, damn.
I remember my dad was in hospital. I know, obviously it's very different, but my old man was in hospital, and it was roughly about a month as well. And it's a long period of time, especially for me. It was every day going just to see my dad in hospital.
It drains you, doesn't it?
It's horrible.
It drains you, doesn't it? Because the atmosphere in there is so like,
It's neggy vibes in a hospital, really, isn't it?
Yeah, like you're basically in a safety net because everyone in there is not well. And you know why everyone's in there. Some people are at the end of their lives. Some people are fighting for their lives. Some people, you know,
Starting
welcoming
lives.
lives. Yeah.
I was just going to say, start of life as well.
Yeah, and it's just such a strange place to be in because the last time I was in hospital, I was born. Do you know what I mean? So I was just like...
And you were completely alone for the whole month? Or did anyone come out? Or
I just needed to be by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that where you were mentally? You just...
Yeah.
I'm going to say why?
I think for me, that was my rehabilitation in order to be strong enough to face my reality. Like the first week or so, I was not good mentally, like really not good. Obviously, I was absolutely drugged to the hill and back to stop the pain, things like that. I was on fentanyl. That's stronger than heroin.
I don't know. What?
That's stronger than heroin. It's not legal here.
Damn.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what that is.
It's strong. Bad.
I had my tooth out and I didn't want to be awake for it, so I told them I wanted to be under anesthetic. I had morphine. But I woke up and I was like loopy, man. And that's
you were like, hey, welcome to the party.
I was saying, it's not even halfway the way there, man.
Yeah, this stuff was just like, good night.
Really? Just
Yeah, good night. And in hospital, I learned so much, you know, because I went through a roller coaster of feeling sorry for myself, depression, real actual sense of not knowing my purpose. I felt like I had no purpose in life anymore. I'd lost my job, obviously. I nearly lost my life. I lost my identity. When I first saw myself in the mirror, I had to tell them to take all the mirrors down because I just could not recognize who I was. I was so swollen. I couldn't breathe for myself. I woke up on a ventilator. I woke up, you know, on a machine. Yeah. So I couldn't see, I couldn't breathe. I just knew that I was here.
Yeah.
And it's such
Tough.
it's such a lonely place to be when you're just there with your own thoughts.
Yeah.
And the thoughts that are around you are awful, you know, because you don't know if you're going to make it or not.
Yeah.
What was the journey like overcoming that?
So it's been a long process. So that was my time in hospital that I had these, I'd say, stages of epiphanies. And then when I came home, my scar grew into a keloid tumor.
Which means?
It's basically when the skin cells, so we have a lot of collagen, they overreact. For me, because the burn was so deep, my skin was just going crazy to try and heal myself, right? And basically a tumor formed. And I got misdiagnosed for a year. They thought it was a hypertrophic scar, which is just where the scar like raises a little bit, if that makes sense, from the skin.
Yeah.
Whereas this grew into big growths. Like, I don't know if you've seen the pictures.
I have.
It was like massive growths on my skin, well, on my face and around my neck. So there's no cure. I got told there's no cure in the world for keloid tumors. So I was like, great, love that for me.
So in your head, you're just thinking, I'm just going to have
this is
just going to be like this for the rest of my life.
And they were growing. They were growing bigger and bigger.
What time period was this from?
So I was in hospital for a month in 2018. That was from April Fool's Day, obviously, until next month. Then I came home, and then within 6 months, I started to develop that keloid tumor. And within a year of that, it just overtook my face. So I couldn't even...
Wait, so the process wasn't even as a case of, right, this has happened to me. I'm in hospital for a month, and then straight away, like, things are going wrong, but I'm going to address it. It was like spaced out. So you got phase 1, phase 2 of
it was
shit,
one thing after another.
Damn, I
It's
didn't
like
know that.
You're going through your recovery process as well mentally from all of that, and then someone else smacks you in the face.
Yeah. So to be told that started to say that there's no hope for you.
Yeah.
Because there's no cure in the world.
So what's that like to digest then? What's that like to take? What goes through your head?
It was just like, in my head I was thinking, please don't give up on me. I was just thinking, please don't give up on me. And more importantly, please give me the strength to get through this. Like,
to not give up on myself as well.
Yeah, because I'm not going to lie, you know, I was so depressed at points where I was really suicidal. And I was really contemplating my purpose here. What am I here for if I'm no good to myself and the people around me, and there's nothing I can do. And they brought this case globally as well to see if any surgeon around the world would help.
Right.
And no one wanted to help, because the thing with keloid tumors is if you try and cut it off or if you try and work on it, it could come back worse, way worse. And because it was on my neck, like here, and my face, they are vital, you know.
If something goes wrong as well,
there's death. So, and to say this is going to be quite a big operation, you know, some people don't want to take that risk, and I understand that.
I'm just thinking about a 23-year-old girl that's scared for her life trying to process this, and God, I mean, I've got to take my hat off to you, because just thinking about how I would react in a situation like that, I'd like to think that I'm mentally very strong, and I don't know how I would deal with that. I really don't. So I take my hat off to you. Thank
you so much. I just feel like... I feel
the exact same as well. So it's true, man.
What he said.
No, I mean,
what he said, but sure.
I don't really get a chance to say it, man. But it's true, though.
No, thank you. And I think, you know, I'm very appreciative that you've had me here to talk about my story.
Yeah. And you're pretty dope as well. It's not just this stuff. Come on, man.
I was. Come
on, man.
Come on, man. That's just a little sprinkle of extra something.
Obviously, when you first met Chris, I was talking to Tyrell, one of your. Obviously, you guys were there together, so I never really spoken to you. But when you came in, I didn't really know what to expect about your personality and stuff like that. But you came in, you're bubbly, you're happy, obviously talkative, like just full of energy.
Thank you.
Because obviously, from what you're describing, like it's just a completely different person.
I think, like from this time, because my whole life I had just been Sophie Lee, the performer. Yeah. Sophie Lee, the fire girl.
Were you quite big beforehand? Obviously, was that
I became like the fire girl of Manchester.
Oh wow,
and I was doing a lot in terms of like.
So it's not like you were just doing your things here and there, and it was low key. Like you were already there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why there was so much pressure, because I felt like, you know, it was just like I went into partnership with a girl who I perform with, and she's already started this company, and then she had me on board as a director of the company as well to help, you know, kind of raise the profile. And we were working alongside a lot of different establishments, clubs, things like that, corporate events, big brands to send dancers and to perform. Yeah. So for me to be on that level where I have to, you know, be a role model, and then all of a sudden I've lost my job. Yeah. It's like
you went from setting the example and setting the bar to being like,
I need help.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally. Damn. And then one day I was really lucky. The inventor of interlesional cryosurgery.
Well, I don't have a clue.
So what is that?
So, a surgeon from, I think he's Israel. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. Came forward. And basically offered me a new developing medical science called interlesional cryosurgery, which basically means they put needles into the tumor and then freeze it with liquid nitrogen to minus 100 degrees until the tumor starts to go into necrosis, which is where the skin dies.
So it's like goes into like a shock. Effectively, and
basically kills the skin cells from the inside out, though, rather than trying to chop it off. Right. And slowly, as the skin cells die, the skin removes itself from your face, like from the position of where it is. Now, this was a risk.
When this guy comes forward, I was going to say, what's going through your head?
Would you like to be a case study?
Damn.
Case study, you know.
I was just like, I kind of just want to look cute and be with my friends. Do you know what I mean? And just make some money. And just.
You're still 23 at this time, right?
Yeah, I was so young. Like I was so lost. At this point, I was just so lost. And I was just like, if this is what it's meant to be, this is what it's meant to be. At that point, I don't think I even realized the magnitude of what that would mean to me further down the line where I am now. Yeah. So I work with him, and I work with my surgeon in England here, Charlotte Deftey. Big up, she's a strong woman.
Shout out Charlotte.
Yeah, and
big up Charlotte.
Yeah,
You know the DJ sets.
You're an
that?
idiot.
Yeah.
DJ, DJ. DJ.
We should have get some preset buttons on the thing.
Yeah, we'll sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, this time next year, come back and we'll have everything set up for you.
Okay, perfect. I need my own soundboard, okay? Write that down.
Sophie's soundboard, we'll have it.
Sophie soundboard, that's got a nice ring to it, you know.
Sorry, carry on.
The transition from really serious talks, it just went from 0 to 100 real quick. I'm really sorry.
It's okay. I'm like, it's the ADHD brain in me.
We had to shout out Charlotte though, man.
Yeah,
We
because
did.
shut, bro.
Pop, pop.
Right, go back. You're working with the guy in Israel and Charlotte. Yeah.
So he flew over
Yeah.
from Israel and performed the surgery. And the first time I had the surgery, it was like 5.5 hours. And at this point, I was like preparing to say my goodbyes. I thought I wasn't gonna make it. I was scared. I was like,
Got put to sleep, right?
I was
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
just gonna ask the same thing.
yeah, I was put to sleep. But they didn't even know what the outcome was gonna be
Were you
They
the
were
first person to ever?
on this
Get this-
scale. Yeah,
Wait,
Wow.
sorry. What's
and it
called
wasn't
again?
on. Pardon?
What's it called again? The operation.
Interlesional cryosurgery.
Interlesional.
Interlesional.
Oh, I'm not even gonna-
Interlesional.
Interlesional.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't need to
Sorry,
repeat it, man.
I'm trying to. I actually want to remember it though.
You just wanted to make a note down
I'm
there.
curious.
You can revise it on the edit.
Yeah. So I went through that, and then I had a 6-month recovery period. At that point, I was bandaged up. I was doing my own dressings. I was in so much pain as well. So much pain. And I think they're the times when I was really not okay in terms of mentally, because I was seeing all my friends thriving. I was seeing all my friends go on holiday. I couldn't even be out in the sun at this point.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything.
Because
by
your skin
myself.
was too sensitive to it.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything. Anything that a normal 23-year-old could do,
Or wanted to do.
I had to just be a bit like, I don't think I can do that, or do it my way. So I started wrapping up my bandages and going out.
I thought you were going to say I started rapping then. I was going to say, I ain't heard a track yet. Sorry, I'm so sorry, honestly. You started wrapping up your bandages.
Yeah, and actually going out, because I used to be really nervous about what I looked like, because obviously I just thought, I just look crazy. And I embraced it. I started to embrace me, my new me, who I am, and I started to develop a sense of confidence in myself.
Amazing.
That, you know,
Good for you,
it was
genuine.
hard to find. And then I had to have another second round of surgery.
Oh, so it wasn't just a one-off?
No.
Why? Was that
Because
planned,
because they looked at where the scar fell off, and there was still tumour left.
Right.
So the full tumour didn't come off. And then basically it was like a whole other like roller coaster again. It's like every time you get knocked down, you come back up and they pick you back up and knock you down. It's like always something else. And I was getting better, but mentally I was fighting a really strong, like tough battle.
Are you mentally fighting this battle? Are you in on your own? Are you sharing this battle with people? Are you open?
I was
Family, friends around you?
I was secretly self-destructive.
Right.
On
What
the
do you mean by that?
outside.
Yes.
Yeah, on the outside, I was partying, I was happy, I was with my friends. As soon as I came home, I'd try and OD on like my medication and not want to wake up, and I didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
I felt like my only escape was when I was around just noise, because the silence was
Distractions.
the silence was so loud and deafening to me, and it was my sense of like security, so to say, at that point was just not feeling alone. So then when I went home, it really just
Really sank in that you
yeah
were.
yeah and even though I looked really happy, this is why I say check up on your happy friends, because you know, a smile can hide so much. I was so happy. I was, you know, very out there, going out and partying, going to dinners, doing this with my friends, always up for a laugh. But on the inside, I was just running away from myself, and I needed that love from me, not anyone else. And I was trying to find that validation, you know, from others and from party. And I just wanted to feel like I was normal.
By the sounds of it, it didn't. You didn't find
It made it worse.
Yeah.
It made it so much worse, because I was just like being so self-destructive that every time that I was around people, the problem magnified, because it was like, oh, I really am alone. And then, oh, go back out. Oh, no, I'm back alone. So I went through this surgery and they said, okay, great, we don't need to do another one. We don't need a third one. But you're going to have to go on steroid injections. So they have to inject steroid treatment into the scar, and I have to wear a compression mask. So I was like, not this. Like, again, like more. Yeah. And during this point, you know what, like, I did share my story online, and I realized that it had so much traction from other people who are going through things. I started to find a purpose that, even though it was uncomfortable for me to talk about, I knew that for the greater good of this situation,
you could share your story and help others.
Yeah. So I started to do that, and I documented that, and I recorded and documented the whole process of surgery, things like that.
Oh, wow.
Even on the surgery day. I'm very grateful. My friend Amir, he shot the whole thing, the whole documentary. Like, he stayed in hospital.
Was it on?
It's
YouTube?
on my Instagram channel.
Okay.
So, if you want to go on my Instagram channel, Sophie Lee. Yeah, and it was hard because I felt like it was hard to talk about, but every time I talked about it, it got a bit easier because then I could help other people.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of found my purpose. It was like I didn't look for my purpose looked for me.
I think that's so special, though.
Yeah, it was a massive, like, eye-opener.
So everything that made you doubt your purpose, doubt your reason for being here, is what eventually came around full circle.
It kept me here.
There's something so pure in that.
Thank you. I think
that's amazing.
Even me knowing that that's such a pure thing to experience. You know, that's the true essence of life. Yeah. You know, and it's a true essence of love as well, because those are things you can't buy, and I really understood that. I was so, I wouldn't say materialistic, but I thought, okay, I need to do better. I need to earn this. I need to do that. And as soon as I lost it all, it made me understand the value of life.
I was gonna say to you, did your outlook on life in general, your morals, your things that you stood for, did this completely transform all of that?
Yeah, completely. It really just flipped my whole world upside down.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I've never been, you know, out to be a spiteful person. Those have never been my intentions. It's just in terms of life value, I valued material things. I valued a currency. I valued things that now I look to see as they're never ever going to be ours. Nothing in life is ours. Even life itself is not ours. Only what we make within this time and what we have in our control now is ours, you know? So it really is about the legacy that you leave. Like, you're doing something amazing. You've got a podcast. This is going to be here when you're gone.
Thank you.
Let's they cancel us and take it down.
Yeah, I'm going to report him after this.
I was actually, before I came out with that, I was actually going to say, what now is like, what's the goal for the legacy that you want to leave?
Good question, Arams.
Okay.
My man.
Out
of nowhere.
I like those type of topics though, man, because I feel like I can get involved in those
Uno
combos.
reverse carded me.
She needs some breathing space after that one.
Should we give you 5?
I think she's got it locked up somewhere.
My legacy now is to help the younger generation, our next generation of leaders, CEOs, public service officials, understand the value of being a good person in order to produce better people. Because I think now we're in such a rat race of trying.
Such a weird time.
Yeah, that we're forgetting that our future is dependent on the younger people. And if we're not a good role model for them, they're just going to be in the exact same position that we're in now.
Well, worse, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Worse.
Would you say that before the situation happened that you were a good role model for that younger generation?
In terms of entrepreneur and like business-wise, in terms of wanting my own, you know, successful career and having my own business, I would say I've always been driven.
Yeah.
I've always been very driven in that sense. But in terms of...
You driven by the wrong things, though?
Yeah, I think I was more driven about my own success. And if anything, greed.
Right.
I think that stems from greed and ego.
I'd say that I had that very young as well. I used to love just like earning like good money at a young age. Yeah, and you just go and you spend it on the most stupid bottles in the club. Yeah. Nice like designer, like the most pointless shit. You just it means nothing.
If I get money, I'm like, I want to make double that money. I still think I'm poor. Like I still think like I'm poor, you know, because otherwise
I fought with that heavily.
Yeah.
You're never gonna have this money if you just keep spending this money.
Just numbers on a screen.
Yeah, for sure. Whereas if you find ways to double the digits, then triple the digits, and then invest those digits, you're going to be constantly
growing and elevating.
Yeah, within your own growth, and it's going to be so empowering for you because you fucking did that.
What are you involved with? Like investments, businesses? What are you involved with now?
Right now, I'm trying to develop my own business in terms of being a self-development coach. I want to obviously be a bigger motivational speaker, so bigger platforms, things like that. But that's a slow process because I have to earn my way, and I know that in anything in life, you've got to earn your way. So I'm slowly building that up.
I saw today that you signed with Leeds
Football
Club, right?
Leeds United Foundation,
cool.
their football club.
What are you doing with Leeds?
So they have a program called Positive Choices, and it's to help inspire young people. So they will go into schools and talk to young people about knife crime, about gang crime, and also to help keep them motivated and learn about the resilience in life of achieving your dreams. You know, nothing comes easy. And especially a lot of young people who are on this road of, I'm going to be a footballer soon. You forget that the work has to be now.
Yeah. Not even, I think even outside of the football as well, for the next generation and even our generation, I think it's, everybody thinks that they're going to get something for nothing because it's so accessible to them, for them to see it.
Yeah.
It's normal for you to see somebody with a £30,000 watch on, but nobody understands.
Driving a Lambo with the nicest girls.
It's a different thing.
You can see a supermodel all day, every day if you wanted to on social media.
Be one is completely different.
To be one is completely different. And if you're a male, to bag one is completely different.
Yeah.
How often is it, or people that are in relationships, 30 years ago, before Instagram was a thing, for you to see the girl that you're liking up their photos and your girlfriend's getting angry about, how often is it that you're going to see that 11 out of 10 person in your day-to-day life? Very rare. Maybe once in 6 months, you might see somebody that you think, oh my God, wow, for 2, 3, 4 seconds, and then it's gone. And then you're back in your reality of, this is my person, this is my world. This is exactly.
Everyone's too disposable.
Now you can see everything and anyone.
Much.
That's what I'd say.
When we're disposable like that, the value decreases. So I don't fuck with that. I really don't fuck with that at all. Especially my personal life. Like, I'm very all or nothing because I'm so focused and driven on my career. Yeah. I'm not out here doing the whole scrolling him. What about him? What about him?
Yeah.
I believe that you meet the right people when you attract the right energy within your own path.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're going out looking for certain someone, then you meet that certain someone, you're just gonna fall for them because you want their attention more than actually valuing their values and what they are. You know, like for me, I want to be valued and respected. I don't want to be on a guy's arm just because that's it. That's what I'm good for.
I would say it's not even just with like relationships. I think anything good that really comes out of life is something that happens naturally. When you're trying too hard to actually get something and you're so focused on, okay, for instance, I want 1 million subscribers on YouTube, rather than I'm just going to do my thing and like
and people
for the
fuck
enjoyment.
With it. The people who are there for
it comes.
It's like with Leeds, right? Never in my life. I am not a girl about football. I'm literally like, I don't understand it. Why has everyone got their name in the back of the t-shirt? Like, I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get it. So I'm not going to be there like, I need to sign the football club. That opportunity came around because I was doing the right thing that aligned with their message.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that opened up many more opportunities with, obviously, a Premier League football team.
It's a big deal, man.
And I was just like, me?
Sick, innit?
Are you sure, me?
Do you ever get a pinch me moment? Do you ever find yourself in a setting or in a room?
Do you know what?
Other than being on the Gooms pod, of course.
Yeah, I'm absolutely having a pinch me moment right now. Like, so gassed.
Love that for you.
Love that for me. This is definitely one I need to put on the CV.
But
listen, it will be soon.
on a serious note, have you been in that room? Have you been opposite that person on a table? And you've been like,
My whole life,
how am I here?
I surround myself with people who financially and mentally intimidate me.
Wow, okay.
Because that makes me inspired. That makes me think, fuck, I want to be on that level. I want to understand what that is. I want to learn more. I don't want to ever be someone that's like, you're here to make the numbers. Do you know what I mean? I want to be someone that's, I'm there for a reason. I'm there in the same room with this person for a reason.
You bring a certain to a table.
Yeah, I must add value. But in order to add value, I need to understand value. You can't add value to something that you don't understand. You know? So that's why I always take the time to learn and don't, like, for me, I think I learned a big lesson of your ego ain't shit. Like, your ego will be your biggest downfall, because
1,000,000%.
it will make you not want to learn because you think you know it all, and you never know it all.
I've witnessed that firsthand. My head was too big for my body.
Still is a little bit, man.
Yeah, we just need to.
Listen, it's fine.
It's alright. There's a lot of room in there for like tumbleweed and crickets. It's like,
wow. You said you were going to give it me if I gave it you first.
come on, then.
I don't want to give it you.
Don't be scared.
Off cam, Soph said, listen, I can take it. It's fine. If you want to throw some shit at me, I ain't going to take offense. I was like, yeah, it's cool. We can as well. You never said you were going to come out all guns blazing at me first.
Trust me, I told you, I was on fire. I'm still on fire.
Damn.
Right, no, do you know what really gets to him? What? Call him Christian. He don't like being called Christian.
Why?
It's his full name. It's his full.
That's a nice name.
It's actually not my full name. But I think he entertains himself more than other people. You know?
What is it, Krishan?
It's just Christos. It's Christos.
Krishan?
I like that one. That's hard.
Krishan?
Oh, God.
We'll go on a night out and I'll just grab the most random person. I'll be like, his name's Christian. Call him Christian. And he's just, he won't even
Someone
say
will just tap my shoulder. I'll turn around and they'll be like, you're right, Christian. And I just know that he's been in someone's ear.
Could be worse. You could be called Chriselle, and that's a toilet roll.
Chriselle?
Yeah.
No, it's Cushelle, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Wait, Chriselle's off selling Sunset.
What?
Chriselle is off selling Sunset.
What's that?
Selling Sunset's the property thing in LA, yeah? On Netflix.
Yeah.
My sister's
Get
watching
to
it.
know.
I haven't got a clue. I haven't seen it.
Do you remember that? It's like do you remember the brokers things that I used to tell you about in New York? It's basically like
that.
This is like the YouTube channels that they do when they take you
No.
down.
No, it's on Netflix. Like, it's big.
It's like it's like the female version in LA. So they're taking people
These
to
women
like 6, 7, 8, 10 million pound villas.
Off one.
They're selling them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right?
It's cool as fuck.
But it's like a reality show. They're in the office, they argue, they bitch each other. Oh, my boyfriend said this.
Listen, I know low-key Krishan loves that shit.
Krishan's a big blonde one, yeah.
Krishan's a bad
She's a big blonde one.
No, Chriselle.
Krishan.
Krishan, you're not on it today.
Look what you started.
He's fuming. He's so angry right now. Krishan is fuming.
Wow. On my dumb podcast.
Don't
How
worry,
dare you?
Christian Dior. That's you.
Wow.
It could be Christian Dior.
Should we bring it back? Well, I've got quite a good question. What's like a dream brand or company that you'd like to work with, or business that you'd like to be a part of?
Krishan Dior. Damn right.
Damn right.
Let's see if I can pull some strings.
Okay. It'll be like the TikTok shop version of Christian Dior. Like, here you go. I got you the dupe. I got you the
Speaking of TikTok, go follow us on TikTok, Gooms.
I got you the Christian Dior dupe. It's the Krishan.
The Krishan Dior. Nah, let's reel it up though. That's a good question, H. Is there a dream brand? Dream team? Dream something?
Or your own
I
brand.
think my dreams are limitless and endless. Like I've come to realize that I don't want to put a limit on my dreams. Anything that comes my way, I'm very grateful for and open to. Like I'm recently become an author. So
You got a book?
yeah,
I didn't know
written a
that.
book.
How long did it take to write a book? That's something that I always wonder.
So we're just finishing it up, doing all like the little bits, tweaks, things like that. But yeah, so one of my actual idols, like I looked up to her so much. I don't know if you heard of her, but Katie Piper, who is also a burn survivor. She had acid thrown on her. She was a victim of an acid attack that was inflicted by one of her ex-partners. And she's overcome that leaps and bounds. And now she's an OBE. You know, she's incredible. So when I was in hospital, she reached out to me and she said, I hope you're okay, She's really supported me through that time. And when I came out of hospital, I've worked with her charity. And then last year, she just messaged me out of the blue, like DM'd me. She was like, hey, Soph, I hope you're okay. I was like, yeah, I'm good, thanks. Like, can't wait for us to run together, things like that. Yeah. And then she goes, I'm starting my first ever project. And I was like, okay. And she goes, like, my independent project it's going to be called The Unseen. And I want to give 3 people the opportunity to share their story who have impacted my life. And I was thinking, this woman has met some sick people in her life. Do you know what I mean? She's met some people. And she was like, I'd like to offer you a chance to write your story and have your own book and publish it. Wow. I was like, yo, listen, your girl got like fudge in her GCSEs. Do you know what I mean? I don't even have A-levels. I was like, a book? I was like, how am I going to write a book? Yeah. So that was a big dream come true. That was a pinch me moment. Yeah. I thought I'd never have my own book. And along with that, you know, one of the women in that collection of books, one's Ellie Goldstein. She is, I think she was the first Down syndrome model for Gucci for their makeup. And she works with Adidas, like huge brands. And she's like 17.
Damn.
Trust me. Right?
What were we doing when we were 17?
Bro, not getting a bag like that.
Trust me. I was getting like, what was I doing? I was trading gel pens or whatnot, or trying to find a fake ID.
Trading gel pens?
Yeah.
Come on, you
I was a
come up with something better
nerd.
than that.
I'm still a nerd now.
I'm a little bit of like a geek when it comes to like certain subjects. Like space really fascinates me. I love space.
I love crime documentaries.
No, isn't that like every girl though? I think it is.
What are you on about, Krishan?
That's bare basic. I'm not even gonna lie.
The guy just gave me a whole lowdown of Selling Sunset, so I'm not trusting whatever you watch.
I've got 2 baby sisters.
Okay.
I've got no issue in owning that.
Right,
and I watched a couple of episodes myself, so what?
Watch the whole series.
I like to see the commission.
You watched the whole series?
No, I didn't. I used to watch one. There was a New York one that was really good. I can't forget what it's called. But I used to watch it. And when it came out on Netflix, I was like, this is the LA version.
Yeah.
But it became too gossipy, too wannabe Kardashians for me, where I lose attention span. And I'm like, you just annoy me now.
First season was the best thing because it was
That's the one I watched. Well, not all of it, but that's the one that I started watching.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest achievements to now.
So when can we find the book then? What?
So it's not out yet, but I'm going to be doing a lot more promotion, things like that, in terms of advertising the book. So yeah, and one of the other girls on it, she's called Livy Dean, and she had retina eye cancer, and there's a small chance she survived that. She has one eye, and she's modelled for like Dior. She's modelled for
Christian Dior?
No, the real Christian Dior.
Oh, right.
Not the dupe.
So, 1 minute, just
Dior off Wish. Off Wish.
DH Gate Dior.
I don't know what's going on here. Whatever's going on here.
He came and said I'm bringing the fire. Yeah. So I was like, okay,
no, cool. I said you were on fire. I repeated what you said. You said you were on fire.
Were like, okay, cool. I'm going to give it as good as you can take it then. I was like, okay, cool. So I'll give you back.
Bro came on smoke for you as well.
Are you saying smoke because it was fire?
Oh! You lot carry on. I'm just going to quickly sort something out with some... Oh, what you done? Yeah, just plug it in. Chris is currently fucking up the set. Krishan.
Back like I never left.
Give me 1 second. you guys carry on.
Right, so just to get an overview whilst H is actually gone, the book is 3 different stories chaptered up.
No, individual books. I'm getting my whole...
That's what I was trying to think. I was like, have you got your book, or is it the one book and then you guys are all like
This is a full story, not a chapter. I'm not a chapter kind of girl, do you know what I mean? I am the whole book.
Damn. Tell them. Tell them.
I'm the whole book. I'm the whole damn book. Hardback. Okay?
I didn't miss you, I'll be honest.
Lies.
We missed him.
You missed him.
The audience missed me.
We're back. Welcome back to my show.
Do you know, I've never actually read a book front to cover. No, front to back in my life, ever.
Front to cover.
Man said front to cover.
Right, allow it.
The title. That's all he's read.
I've never read a full book before. Have you?
I'll be sure to do an audio book for you then.
No, I've started audiobooks. Do you know what? I just lose interest really easy.
Yeah, I'm the same. This is why when I said I wrote the book,
Well,
I need
you
to
read
write
it, though,
something. This
for
is
the
what I mean.
Audible,
I was
because I
like,
feel like
I
you
need to
reading
write
it would make
something
sense.
that I would read because I've got full ADHD brain. I just can't concentrate on something.
Mine just going.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like when I try and read.
I'm literally like, oh, what a bad accident. Oh my God, what am I having dinner?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, there's my delivery. Okay, and I'm back to the fire. Oh, and then, like, I need to be... I want to give something back in this book that's going to help you evolve.
Inspire.
And take something away to implement into your life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one of my big goals. And then, obviously, Leeds.
I want to go into your motivational speaking.
Yes.
I want to ask you about that because for me, standing up in front of a big crowd of people that are looking to take value from what you're saying would be very intimidating. So
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Like live talks.
Yeah.
Like Gary Vee style, Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Oh,
on the mic.
Cool.
Live and direct.
That's fucking sick.
So how does that...
that is cool as fuck.
How does that come about? How did that start? When was your first one? How did it happen?
This is so strange because I just fell into that too. I just naturally started using my platform to share information, to speak to my audience, to help my audience and, give them bits of advice. And sooner or later, organizations, schools started to see that I was, could bring something to an audience or could bring something of interest to young people in schools, things like that. So then I was invited to do talks. I first hosted like award shows as well. I would talk there. And then from that, obviously, the network there, they know so many people. So they invite you in to do talks. My most recent one was with L'Oreal.
Amazing.
And I've just joined the L'Oreal family.
Okay, that's amazing.
Which is
The
amazing.
skincare brand, right?
Yeah.
Like the moisturizers and all them things there.
So with La Roche-Posay, and they're part of the L'Oreal umbrella.
Amazing.
And I went to the headquarters and I met the MD, so the managing director.
Yeah.
And also there were 2 women from France who were head of the board. And it was so weird because I didn't know they were there. And after it, one of the women actually said to me, I'm going through a similar situation with my family member. Can you help me? So I feel like all these things are meant to happen, And I never thought I'd be that girl.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember when I used to save up my money to buy a L'Oreal mascara.
Yeah.
Or, like, I used to save up my money to buy a MAC lipstick. And now, obviously, I've, like, worked with MAC before. And these are things that you just
What would that little girl say to you? What would that little girl think of you right now? What do you think that little girl would think of you right now?
Damn, you dope. I think growing up, I didn't have a role model. Us of colour and of, I was in a diverse community. Like, we were the minority.
Yeah.
And my mum and dad being the first generation migrant coming over here, they came from nothing. So they always reminded me of my heritage, who I am. And I've always kind of had to prove myself for not just me, but, my parents, that I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here. And I didn't have a role model. So for me, my mission became being the role model that my younger self would have needed.
Yeah. I said this recently. There's a Matthew McConaughey quote that I love. And he says it as an award show. And somebody asked him who his role model was. And he goes, I don't have one. Yeah. Actually, he goes, wait, no, I do have one. And he said, my role model is me in 5 years.
Yeah.
And my role model 5 years ago is me now.
That's exactly me.
The B is that in 5 years, I need to be the person that 5 years ago me would be proud of.
That's exactly it.
And if you set yourself that benchmark every time, you're only in
Limitless.
competition with yourself to beat yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the healthiest competition that you could be in.
I think this is it. This is what growing's made me realize. Like, even coming out of like romantic relationships in my personal life, those people are not mine. I can't control them. You gotta let them fly, and you fly your own path. You know, and even your friendship group, you should be there to motivate each other and be inspired by each other's growth.
100%.
More so that growth comes from you, not come from someone else. Because then it's the most organic growth, right?
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
something no one can take away from you. When you're the truest original version, you can't be an original.
Yeah.
And until that point happens, don't share the recipe if you're still perfecting the sauce.
Never heard that
I
one
feel like
before.
I
That's a good
disagree
one.
with that.
I feel like, do you?
A little
Wait,
bit, yeah.
1 minute. Don't share the recipe until you perfect the sauce.
While you're still perfecting the sauce.
I actually
Yeah, so
like
until
I
you
like
get
that
to
quote a
find
lot.
it.
By
No,
the way.
I like
That's
it.
a me quote.
Huh?
That's a me thing. Like, that's something that
Yeah,
I
I know.
just
I was just
think of.
complimenting you. Relax.
No, that is it.
There you go.
Just,
Give it.
he's such a sniper.
I don't.
He's so,
I don't like strongly disagree with it, but my journey, like into really going after everything that I'm kind of wanting out of life, is not long started.
Okay.
And I'm still giving out advice to my friends that want more, who would wish to be in my position that I'm in now, where I've got the freedom where I can do whatever the fuck when I want. I earn my own money from my own business. I've got podcasts. Like, I've got an events company. Well, we.
Fuck you, hate.
he's like,
At least I fucking remembered you.
You know what? You know this has all happened because of you.
he CC'd you into the email.
This is all
Right,
weren't at the
Krishan,
top.
just chill out, mate. Right?
This has all happened because of
No,
you.
but it's
by the
like
way.
I've got friends that want to be in this position who I don't want to say aspire because I don't want to be like they envy me or anything, but like they kind of like they want to work towards it. So if I can help them out and I can give them advice and I can motivate them and push them when they're not giving it 100%, I want to be able to do that.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I so get that for your people, but I'm talking on a wider scale. While you're still working towards
Oh,
yourself.
you mean like via social media and stuff
Yeah.
like that? I hear that. Yeah.
Because there's people that don't want your success. They don't want you to
Yeah.
thing. Shout out to the first hater on this podcast.
Matt fucking Gibbo. Is it Matt Gibbo? We're discussing.
I don't know what.
Fuck
his
you,
name
Matt.
He got so triggered.
He's the one. He's the one that brought him up. I didn't even clock him before.
Every TikTok, every YouTube short. I noticed
got
it
a
first
fan.
on YouTube.
Matt, we're
Shorts.
happy
He's
to
your
have
loyal
you.
fan.
No, deadass. I said to H, I was like, bro, it's so cool. We've got our first hater, man.
Yeah.
Bro's probably watching now, just at home, like fuming. He's like, I'm gonna tell these motherfuckers what I think.
Yeah. I need it in writing, please.
Thank you, bro. Keep pushing the algorithm,
Gonna
man.
start DMing you
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
Fuck
we're gonna
you,
shit
Matt.
on the hater onto you.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck you, Matt.
Leave Matt alone, man.
No.
No, I'm sending you love, Matt, because the people who hate the most need love the most.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah. Right. Maybe I just need some love.
Matt, do you want to be Mr. Producer maybe on the pod? Maybe.
No, I like being Mr. Producer.
Mr. Producer.
He's going to take my job.
Yeah, man. It's my area. The
Okay, would you like to be a co-host? He's like, no, that's my job also.
No, back to obviously what you good? Yeah. Krishan, you right? Yeah.
I literally have not been well since we started the pod.
Why?
I don't
Since
know.
the
No,
moment
we
we
just
started
mean, like-
the pod, he was fine. But
No,
we
first episode.
First step.
Yeah.
Matt, he's got some juju all on this.
What?
Juju, putting some voodoo spells and whatnot.
Juju on their beat. Hey, Juju. Is that, no, what was it? I feel like I've really ruined the momentum of this pod right now.
No, I wanted to go back to everything to do with social media, and I completely hear with what you're. I completely hear what you're saying about going out and just giving advice when you haven't really done anything, because I
Yeah,
feel
well,
like there's so much fake advice out there for
You're not
people
even
that haven't done
qualified to
it.
give the advice
yeah.
yet because you're not failed enough, if that makes sense. You've not realized your failures to become successful. Like for me, I don't talk about some things that I don't feel like I'm qualified to talk about, especially because I'm still learning. And I want to take that advice from someone who's maybe got 30 years on me.
Yeah.
That's actually a great way to put it, you know. The value of your advice isn't not actually your winnings. It's about how many
failings.
L's you've taken and how to counteract them
Yeah.
or to avoid them.
I've not failed enough
There's
yet.
been a lot of L's, man. Fucking
Yeah, but that's actually a very valid point. Yeah.
We just
Your
been
wins
fucking up.
don't come.
We've been fucking up all day.
Is he still? This is your fault, by the way.
I'm just
Sophie
bringing
brought the vibes, man.
He's never.
Jeez.
I did well, exactly that. I completely agree with you,
Yeah.
and I think that in a nutshell speaks volumes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't think you're that just because you've done one thing great. How many things have you done wrong to learn to get to those things?
Yeah, and that's where someone's going to find value because effectively they want to not do the things that you did wrong. So that's where you're going to assist them.
Yeah, exactly that.
It's been the biggest fuck up that you've ever had.
Probably blowing fire on your own face, isn't it?
Yeah, nearly taking my own
Oh,
life.
okay. No, because that wasn't entirely your fault. That wasn't entirely your fault.
You had an accident at work and it wasn't your fault. But you,
No, I ruined that moment for you guys. Sorry.
Apart from that, like with business, with your life, with whatever you've been going after and doing post after that moment.
not focusing on what I want, being too much of a yes person, being too much of a yes man.
How powerful is it when you start actually saying no?
Yeah.
It's something that I used to be really bad at.
Yeah, because I then realised my value.
Yeah.
And you
Can you give me a
realise-
time frame of that when you came into that period?
Yeah, it was when I was trying to feel accepted.
In that period where you were going out, forcing it a bit,
Yeah.
and coming home and
Yeah,
feeling like,
because
"Oh,
how can I be a role model to someone when I'm being self-destructive and not doing the inner work?
right, okay.
I'm trying to be a role model, but yet I'm going out and being with friends and being distant and being, unaware.
And pretending as well,
Yeah,
right?
pretending.
Yeah.
And I felt like, as much as I was strong on some of the days that I'd speak, some of the days I was just like, this is not it. This ain't it. And until I sat down with myself and fully hurt and cried and ate a lot of Ben and Jerry's. And just
What
cried.
flavour?
Well, yeah,
You twins.
cookies and
That
cream,
was
right?
Cute. Yeah, no, it's cookie dough.
Oh
Yeah, normal.
You know-
I like the cookie dough
You
and
know
the
what?
brownie
He
one.
isn't even a Ben and Jerry's guy.
I don't
Cookies
eat
and
ice cream.
No, like the half and half, and it's half
the
fudge
core.
brownie and then half
Yeah,
cookie dough.
the
Yeah,
caramel
nice.
sutra. I don't know. It's weird.
This is probably going to sound weird, but I've started having oats before bed because it makes you sleep really well. It's been about 2 weeks now. Makes you sleep unbelievable. But I was round. I had oats
That's
with
breakfast.
I had oats with Ben and Jerry's the other night. It was unbelievable. It was really good. Let's try it.
Oh, my damn diabetes. Oh, my diabetes.
I've heard this whole oats story so many times. Man, you got to try the oats.
No,
before
because
you go
I've been
sleep.
trying to
Gotta
work
try.
on. I've been trying to work on my sleep, like massively, just because.
Shout out for a quick sponsor from Quake Oats. If you're listening, I need some fucking oats
I
here.
use Quaker Oats, but we're giving them free promo. They don't deserve it.
Oh, really? Oh.
Can I ask a question actually on the topic of teeth? On the topic of sleep. What was sleep like for you when your face is blown up?
Listen, I couldn't sleep. So I'd take medication and the medication would put me to sleep. So
And you just have to be like,
Just tell them
yeah,
the
I couldn't move. So
Should've
I was
gone
literally just like
to
this.
oats, man.
I can't.
Yeah.
You said you should have had some oats. He's an idiot.
I'm messing around.
No, because me, I like to sleep. Like when I sleep, I move. I sleep on my face. I sleep on my side. Like
Your girl couldn't do that.
And obviously,
Absolutely
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
it's one of those things that you don't realize that you
And
need
the value
until
of
you
movement
can't. Yeah, until you
was-
can't do it.
I was like, I can't move. I can't do anything.
So what? So you were just on medication for how long just to sleep?
It's been like, I think that became I wouldn't say addiction, but it became something that I found like my safety in. Because
Right.
if I was asleep, then
Do you still use medication to sleep or not?
No,
You got past that.
I'm cool. Don't take antidepressants, don't take anything. Everything that I do now, I want to feel it. I want to feel hurt. I want to feel pain.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah.
He was moaning. I won't even take like a paracetamol or something.
Yeah, no.
He moans at me. He's like, "Nah, man." He's like, "Just have
No.
paracetamol." Like, nah, fuck that. I don't
Let me
wanna put
give
that
you
shit
my
into
let me
me.
give you my point.
Okay.
I'm gonna wake up, and if I've got a horrible headache, or to the point where you can't look at the light without your head hurting, if I can have a paracetamol
Right.
and be effective on my laptop for 2 to 3 hours because of that paracetamol, I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Not
I'll
because,
make that headache my bitch.
but you. I understand your points. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, like when I've had injuries beforehand, because I played football when I was younger.
he was gonna go
There
pro.
you go.
But
Tell
obviously
them the
tore
joke.
his ACL, didn't get pro.
Yeah.
Then he thought he'd just let everyone else have a chance.
She's very repetitive.
Sophie, I'm
she's already
not you,
said
man.
she's already said this joke, by the way,
He
off
thought
cam.
I'd
So
just give everyone else on the team a shot, and I'll just take this one out. Do you know what I mean?
Finished yet?
And now he's the water boy.
are you done?
Imagine that, like just
Water boy.
Now he's there.
She added that one on.
in the changing rooms, brushing the boots.
She's been thinking about it.
and following and just filling up them water bottles. Hi guys, great game. Here you go. Who wants a massage?
like,
A massage as well.
That's you.
Physio, water
cheers.
boy, boot cleaner.
cheers.
Shoe
cheers.
shiner.
Thanks, Krishan. Thanks, Krishan, for the water. Thanks, man.
You know what? I'm just happy that I can take this.
I thought he was gonna
Take
leave.
what?
Eh?
I thought you were gonna leave.
Imagine if I was very emotionally unstable. You guys probably would
Oh,
have ruined my
stop
life a
that
bit
now.
You could
Get the
have.
violins out. God.
Can I finish my story now?
Kind of be in a hole right now, Eric.
I never used to take painkillers with injuries because I wanted to know where I was at in terms of my recovery process.
Okay.
Can I straighten my leg without feeling it?
Yeah,
if I'm
that makes
doped up and I've got a problem in my knee, I'm going to be able to straighten my leg and not know any different. So automatically in my head, I'm further in my progression than I actually am.
Yeah, which
So
will
when I
set
come
you
back down to earth, when I say come back down to earth, like I'm on fucking whatever.
when
it
you're
is.
sober.
Yeah, when the painkillers effectively wear off,
Yeah.
I'm here mentally, but physically I'm still there.
So you injure
And then it
yourself
brings me
worse.
back down, here as well in terms of the recovery process. But a simple thing like a paracetamol, if I've got a headache, like I'm like, it's just going to make me be able to tick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, enough about paracetamols and water boys and bullshit.
Okay, Krishan.
Your transition between being dependent
Yeah.
on this medication to sleep,
Yeah.
on these antidepressants to feel okay, to Sophie today, that transition, I want to know about that.
There's a lot of inner work, a lot of solitude, a lot of silence. I had to take a lot of things away that I thought were what I enjoyed, but really they weren't. They were just things that I used as a distraction. So I don't go out anymore at all. I don't really drink, don't really do that. I'm just so focused on like the weekday. I used to really look forward to the weekends. Now I look forward to the weekday. I'm like, yes, man.
Do you know what it is? We're kind of like that at the moment. It's like you just lose track of days, man. You're like,
Yeah,
fuck,
I'm saying-
like what day is it? Like, it's
Yeah.
the best thing though. It's a nice feeling.
It is, isn't it? To want to like get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Because at one point when you don't want to get up, it's the worst.
How sick is it to have that freedom as well, where you don't even know what day is it? Like day it is.
Yeah, I love that because you're just like, every day is a good day.
Yeah.
I think now I have separated. There's Soph and there's Sophie Lee. Sophie Lee is who I turn up to.
Sophia Lee, right?
Oh, yeah, because I'm so damn fire.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Go on, carry on though. I'll cut you up.
Yeah, I think I had to separate those two people because at one point I was just living in a big blur of Sophie Lee, which was chaos. Soph was the girl that did all the inner work. She was the girl that cried. She was the girl that just sat at home and ate pasta and just,
Was a girl. Just was a girl.
Yeah, that's it.
Wasn't
Yeah.
a motivational speaker.
Vulnerable.
Wasn't a
No, vulnerable. Sophie Lee is the one that, right, game face. This is who I need to be. This is who I am when I go to meetings. This is who I am when I, do talks and things like that. Yeah, there's an element of Soph when I do talks because I take a piece of her vulnerability with me.
Yeah, so you can be relatable to the people that you're putting
Of
your
course.
information out to.
But ultimately, if I want to leave the audience with something valuable, I want to come as the strongest version of myself.
Yeah.
Um,
How's Soph doing now?
Soph is good. She's at peace.
I'm glad.
Makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted. I thought I wanted all the other things, but no, I'm at peace. Like,
Yeah.
really at peace. And it's just a fucking dope place to be. Like, to be able to sleep at night, like, peacefully. I do you know what? That is a question I ask. Can you sleep peacefully at night?
Yeah.
Or are you up thinking? Or
My
I
mind
could-
ticks a lot about.
Yeah, my mind might tick about work. I'm thinking about, I should have done this or I can do this. Like 2 nights ago, I was already thinking about how I'm going to structure your trailer for this podcast.
okay.
I was gonna say
Deadass.
yeah. Creatively, my mind
When
will
I'm
tick
in
when
bed.
I'm in bed.
Yeah.
But I'll never go to sleep thinking, I've done somebody
Yeah.
or I did something bad.
You move with just clear intentions, though.
Always pure vibes, and
me.
that was reflected from the first time we met.
Yeah,
and that
I think so.
And that's why effectively.
Cheers,
no, but that's why you gave somebody who was
this
a
one is
nobody
just
in the
for me
room.
and Krishan, so you have your minute in a minute. Okay, it's not all about you.
All right, now I'll let Krishan chat for a little bit.
The thing is, I hate that this is gonna stick. It's gonna stick.
It's gonna be,
and it's your fault.
Many podcasts to come.
Hey, your uprising will be the making of you, Krishan.
But you threw me off now. I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying?
Yeah, pure intentions and...
Yeah, so you effectively gave a nobody in the room, which is what I was at that time, compared to the other people.
Oh, no.
True.
Nah,
The time of day, because that vibe of, hey, how are you? Was, oh, hello, how are you? Good. That, it bounces, and what I'm a firm believer of, what you're going to put out is going to come back.
Do you know why? Because I don't think I'm anyone. I'm just me.
I know.
Like, as in...
Yeah,
no,
I
but
know
like,
what
as
you're
in,
saying.
No, but like, as in...
But in that
anything.
room, you could have found probably a lot more value in conversations with other people, if that makes sense.
I could agree to a certain point, but also I value what you have to say.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Like,
I think that's
does that make sense?
Something that
do you
successful
get
people
what
have.
I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but everybody that I've met that's doing better than me, oh, hey, how's it going, man? Oh, what's your Insta? Come on, let's connect and we'll link up next time.
Yeah.
You're in Manny, for instance, or like, do you understand what I'm saying? It's always the people that are doing good things in life always will make the time of day for everybody else.
I always have time for other people because as much as they can learn from me, I can learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what someone has to offer.
Yeah, exactly. You might be better than me, way better than me, mentally and in terms of wisdom.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to put my nose up to giving someone the time of day because time is the most valuable thing that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can give a piece of that to someone, that is so much more valuable than a following, so much more valuable than airtime or whatever, just having that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
So thank you for just speaking to me because I just felt like that's the reason we connected, no? And
yeah,
the
100%.
reason we're here now.
Well, there was a lot of that night for us was really special because
it was a big turning point in our journey.
We weren't supposed to be there.
We snuck in.
We weren't supposed to be there.
Do you know how weird it is, right? I got invited there and I just thought there's some heavy people going here. Because it's brand obviously
Never
represent.
had Gooms in your mind. You're like, Gooms are going to be there.
Yeah,
Fuck me.
definitely want to go on that podcast. That is absolutely
We didn't even have a podcast then.
That is exactly. I manifested it.
Amazing.
Jeez.
I was literally like, okay, this is...
Carry on. You were invited.
Sorry.
There was going to be some heavy people there.
Yeah, and I just thought, me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
It's a cool feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, because at one point I was like, oh, they're dope. Like, I want to wear those clothes. I buy these.
Yeah, those boys, the boys are smashed.
Yeah, I was going to say, me and
Boys
Chris,
have smashed it.
we really look up to both Michael and George.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's so good as yourselves being businessmen to always look up to and feel inspired, not feel intimidated.
No.
The loves, do you know what I mean? Share the love.
I was the first, as soon as they finished their talk, I grabbed him. I wasn't, hey man, can I have a photo? I said, bro, thank you, first of all. Congratulations on everything that you've achieved because you're amazing. I just want to say that you helped me get out of bed at 6 a.m. And he smiled. And he smiled.
You've been struggling with getting out at 6 a.m.
Yeah, no, but
It's because he ain't having the oats and the Ben and Jerry's.
That's probably
you
why.
know what I mean,
but like that little thing, he was like, I took value from you waking up and going and starting your day earlier to go and get your shit done early. I took value from that, and it has changed my whole life and my productivity. And I saw that he added value to me, and it wasn't like it was a yes, bro. Respect.
Nah, bro,
you did this for me.
He aired you, he didn't spud you back.
Oh god.
On the represent behind the brand, if you forward to the end, you're gonna see they go to spud me, and then Chris is there waiting for a spud, and they don't spud you.
It's just the way that it was edited. I got a spur.
Nah,
See what? Are you alright?
Krishan.
This is slowly turning to Doom's pod, not Goom's pod.
That's good.
Damn.
You're very sharp. Up
Should
there,
get Matt
aren't you?
Gibbo on here.
Huh?
Be Doom's pod. Get Matt Gibbo. The hater.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of those things where for somebody even there to be like, you helped me do this, or I saw that he took, that made him happy inside. It was like, I helped this dude and I don't know him.
Because to him, he's going to have so many pictures.
Million
photos.
percent.
whatever. But for him to know that he added value to someone without even through the clothes or it's just through the essence of himself.
Yeah. And his day-to-day of how he operates.
Yeah.
I think
inspired me to operate.
I think having that conversation with someone that's doing like a lot better than you is way more worthwhile than just going up to him and asking for a photo. Oh,
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Like, because I don't know, when you put yourself in the good rooms, you never know when you're going to see someone else again. Do you know what I mean?
I'm literally the same. Like, it's crazy how just being yourself and being true to yourself and not going into places with an agenda or a chip on your shoulder will get you so much further.
Have you walked into a room before and be like, oh my God, that's... and really been like in a fangirl moment and brought yourself back down to earth or no?
I think I did when I was young. Like when I went to LA.
Yeah.
And we were in the LA airport.
What were you in LA for?
It was after I had my accident. I came back from hospital.
Yeah.
From Chicago.
Right.
I planned a girls' trip to LA and Vegas. And
Right.
I was like, I have to go. I'm not going. Like I have to go.
Wait, so you went literally...
I came
month
home
out?
for like 4 days.
Oh,
Got the train down to London and then flew from Heathrow to
Damn.
LA.
Mad.
Yeah.
So you were active and you were still hurting as well?
Yeah. Because I was like, this is not happening. I'm going. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I saw Paris Hilton at the airport and I was like, that's hot.
Who's Paris Hilton? I actually didn't even know who that is.
Right, get onto him then.
Paris Hilton.
Who's that?
She's like when you were growing up when it was like, she's like 2000s, 2K pop culture, like
I do
actual.
not know Paris Hilton.
I don't know who that is.
Her
bro.
family owned the Hilton.
Oh, they actually own the Hilton?
Yeah.
Paris Hilton.
You don't even fucking... You don't know who it is.
Yes, I do,
No,
bro.
he's looking at me. He's going, yeah, how do you not know who that is, man? You don't even fucking know who it is.
Do you know Kim Kardashian used to be her like wardrobe cleaner or assistant or whatever?
A what?
Like assistant.
Damn.
She was Paris Hilton's assistant.
Like I think she
Then
used
she
to sell
got
her
that
bags.
ass out.
Then
Shout
she made a movie and then became
Kim gave it a bubble butt.
I don't know.
Paris
it's
Hilton
weird.
you were starstruck with Paris Hilton.
Yeah, because I was young. I was like, oh my God, I've watched her life from growing up. And then now I just think, oh, she's just another girl. Like, she's another woman. Now I don't see people in their value of how many followers they have or how popular they are, because sometimes when you do meet your heroes and they're not who you want them to be, it's so shit. It's literally like,
I thought you were going to be so much more.
yeah.
I think
So I don't have
really
any
you're just a bit of a
expectations.
prick.
Yeah, so I don't have any expectations of people now, because then it's
Yeah.
like I get you from face value, and
Yeah.
who you are and how you treat me says a lot more than the pedestal that I've put you on.
Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. No,
Do you see that?
100%.
Yeah. I
Have
hear
you met any people that you've been like, oh fuck, you're actually shit? Not me. Don't you dare say me.
I don't think...
Okay, I've lost an answer now.
My heart.
No, you know I'm joking.
I don't think there's anybody that's really... I've met, personally.
I don't think I've really met anybody like on a level where I got
you-
any judgment, where I can have any judgment, to the point where I really look up to this person. I've met them and I've really been like, oh, you know what?
I'll tell you who I don't think who I would be defo starstruck by, probably, and I don't think that they would be a dick, be Drake. I think I meet Drake, man. I think he's going to give whoever in the world that is a fan of him the time of day. Straight up. I could imagine him being that type of guy. Do you disagree?
Do you agree with that? You think Drake's going to give you the time of day?
I don't like, by the time of day, I don't mean he's going to fucking take you out for lunch, but I mean,
think it
he
depends
sees
on
you,
your
he's gonna-
environment. If you see him in the club, then no, he's not going to give you time of day,
Yeah.
because you're in the club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
to
mean
me, you're just like there. But if you're in a situation where everyone's there to,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's going to act stush.
I think so. Yeah, I know he would.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think Drake's going to air you? Like, yo, bro. Air your spud like George Eaton.
Have you realised that he's on smoke? Have I
I
thrown one?
lit the fire.
Have I thrown... You keep coming with these puns, man. You are good at that. But have you realised that he comes at me a lot, by the way?
No, I don't.
Have I come for him
It's
once?
all coming from love.
I know, but have I come at him once?
It is love. Do you know what?
No, to be fair, you are being a bit mean.
Fucking being mean. You see how this cunt is to me?
From episode 1, I told you H would jump.
Yeah, and
He's like, I need
Ali.
to speak to HR, and you're like, I am HR.
HD.
HD. That's
I want to talk about. I want to
something
talk
we
about.
won't get into.
I want to talk about your personal life.
Right. This is juicy because no one
I'm
ever
going to
talks
ask
about
you.
a personal
I'm going to
life.
ask you a question, and I don't want you to take any offense to it.
Okay.
I know you won't.
No, I won't.
I
I'm excited because
Obviously,
no one asked me.
yeah. So you went through a pretty traumatic experience, and you had a very visual.
I was in a visual deficit, guys.
Like something happened to you where your visually you were different.
Yeah.
Very quickly, right? Mm-hmm. On a personal level of being Sophie Lee, the fire girl of Manchester, who's up on the stages and is looking sexy and doing all of that, while you're here and you're mentally here and you think, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. From that to obviously the girl that you told us about, where you were in that moment where you're mentally very, very here, there, and everywhere. Coming out from that on a personal level, have you seen a difference in the attraction that you'd say you have? Like people are less attracted to you? You feel like people are more attracted to you? Have you seen the effects of that? Does it affect you? Does it not affect you?
I think so. When this happened to me, I went through a period of celibacy. I just had to focus on myself. Obviously, I didn't look how I wanted to look anyway, so that was just off the cards. And then this past year and a half, I took up celibacy again, but I look like this.
Yeah.
So it was a whole different experience because I put so much value in like myself, and now I know what I want in a partner. Like it's not that like I know that I will only attract as good as I am. Mm-hmm. If I'm low vibrational, I'm going to jump on that low vibrational energy because all I want is attention. I don't want attention anymore. Like, I don't care. You know, I'm happy within my own attention.
I like my alone time, man. Yeah. It's like the best thing, like when you can take yourself out, you can do things for you.
It's like I read something like, and this is so true, I'm like, this is how I would want it to be. If I was to be with someone, I don't want to be the first option. I want you to have your own shit going on. And me to have my own shit going on. And when we come together, we're a fucking team. Like, we're a powerhouse. Yeah. Like, I want you to be inspired by me and me to be inspired by you. So we're constantly learning from each other. Yeah. I don't want it to be a case of, you're doing a bit better than me, I feel demasculated, or because I understand. You
don't want it to be a tit for tat.
No. Like, I understand that we all have female energy and male energy, right? I have my masculine energy, which is when I need to go to a meeting. But if I'm going to be with my man, he gets the side of me that no one sees, the vulnerability, the nurturing side, you know, the sensitive side, the side that I want to show as a good partner and someone who he would see as a potential wife and future mother to his kids. Yeah. I wouldn't come in all guns blazing being like, you need to take me out for a meal. You need to...
Because I feel like that's very, very normal now. It's become normal that like, if you're going to be a strong woman, you can't be submissive to your man.
But you need to be clever with it. A guy will submit to you when you are gentle, when you don't ask for everything. He'll want to do those things for you.
Yeah, no, 100%.
When you come all guns blazing, demanding all this shit, he's going to be like... Pfft.
For me, that's upper. That's like, bitch, do one, man.
Some girls actually like enjoy it though when they try and act like the dominant person
that's a front though
in the relationship. Yeah,
from an insecurity of I need to be that because I'm not. If that makes sense.
I was gonna say
you're searching for that too much. What you want will not want you.
I was gonna say
what you attract will come to you.
I feel like they actually want to be submissive, but they just want you to
show that dominance.
Be even more dominant over them. But for girls like that with me, I ain't even got time of day for.
Well, I don't even blame you. I ain't got the
energy for this.
That's why there's like, I know this is like a weird topic, but there's some things that.
There's no weird topics on the Goobs podcast.
Yeah, we spoke about some shit.
It's like...
Spoke about kebabs.
Hey, shut up, man. Carry on. Keep going.
Like, I get why some guys and this whole dating era is how it is. Because it's like, fucking hell, we've forgotten our like roles as women and how powerful that is. And
it's
how
refreshing
we can,
that you've got that take on it.
Genuine. Yeah, and how we can fucking turn the game. Like, yeah, cool, my man's going to go to work and you want a strong, independent woman. Cool. So what am I going to show you with that money that I've made? Well, I'm going to hire a cleaner, hire a whatever, or make sure there's food on the table, make sure there's this. This is what I do with my day. Then we have more time to spend together. Why are you crying over the fact that you're there going, I want to be a strong, independent woman, but then I want him to pay for everything for me? No, we've got to show what your worth is, so then your man will never lose sight of your worth.
Yeah.
Right? I just don't understand this. Like, I don't understand how we've got to this place where we're demanding X, Y, and Z, but we're not willing to put any of the work in.
Do you think somebody like examples, and I don't dislike these people or whatever, but for example, the guys that are coming up, Ice Spice, Cardi B, Nicki, these types of females that are looked at as strong, independent women because of the line of work they're in, the amount of money they make, the fame that they've got. And they're talking about, my man this, and I'm not going to phrase no one because I don't know. But do you think that has a negative effect on the next generation of young girls that are looking up to those type of people that are never going to be a platinum selling it out rapper? That are never gonna. Do you know what I mean?
I grew up Nicki era.
Yeah.
I am a Nicki girl,
Yeah.
right down to the T. Super bass. I was the Young Money era.
Yeah.
Like,
I can rap,
you know,
word for word.
Bedrock.
For life.
Moment for life.
Good song.
Yeah.
That's me
with Drake. And that video.
Yeah.
Drop them to the knee.
No.
Can you sing?
A little bit.
I'm bringing some vibes, man.
The way she looked at me then, her face is.
Rolling back to Some People Are Never Going to Be a Platinum Selling album.
Anyway, yeah. Carry on to your Nicki Super Bass era, all of that.
Yeah. She does talk about having education. So I appreciate that.
Okay, no, that might just be me being miseducated in that thing, but
it's also, I think, there are some things that they know they are the true influences of life. They are the true influences, and we grow up wanting to be that, aspiring to be that.
this isn't me saying either that
the
male rappers are any better.
Yeah, because they talk
they're
about
promoting
fucking
things-
chicks doing this.
Yeah, but exactly, they're promoting things that for me doesn't value you as a man.
Yeah, because no one's. Yeah, unless only Drake's really been saying stuff that's like about elevation. He's quite inspiring.
Yeah, but
I think there's a couple.
I think
guys
Drake's
that
on a
do
different
that.
level though as well. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like just your standard, your day-to-day rapper that you're gonna find on the Spotify R&B
so
playlist or
the
whatever.
way
comes
that
up.
I see it is, their music is their asset.
Yeah, it's not a true
It's an
reflection
asset.
of them.
It's not a true reflection
Yeah.
of them. They're using that asset in order to elevate into a better position in life. That asset is a record, right? Each record makes more money, and in turn, that money makes them richer. So they're going to play into what is going to sell that asset. It's like you won't buy a dusty ass house and try and sell it for $1 million. You just wouldn't, right? So you start within your means, you work out your audience, and you play towards the audience.
Oh, you use Drake as an example. Drake's music 10 years ago is very different to Drake's music now.
Yeah, for
Why?
sure.
Because he's on completely different levels.
Yeah.
And in the sense of what he's talking about, how he's
I
spitting
don't even
it.
know what Drake's rapping about, man. Like,
Yeah, no,
bro,
but-
like it's just
You could put out anything.
it's just rich people's shit. Like you don't even know.
You could put out
We in a Sony room in a Bibelo's.
It's always pasta as well. Like
Do you know one of
rigatoni,
my
linguine.
favorite lyrics of his is, I like when money makes a difference, but don't make you different.
Song's that from?
Yeah. What song is that from?
Is it from Take Care album? I think it is.
Yeah, it's from Pound Cake.
Yeah. Oh no, that's nothing.
Cake.
It's the same. Fuck. I actually know that
Cake.
bar for bar.
Well, you obviously don't.
No, but no.
Wait,
like
is it from
when I
Pound
hear
Cake?
the instrumental.
I think it's from Pound Cake. I like when money makes.
Okay, let's go to music then. Who's on your playlist? Who's most featured on your playlist?
I like Scissor at the moment.
Oh,
her track Low.
Okay,
Your album's
standard.
hard.
Her track Low
I
is.
can't lose.
Yeah, I like
that
The
one.
Weeknd.
Yeah,
It's me and my feels.
I can't like The Weeknd's just for
No,
me.
not
just
now.
sex
Not
playlist.
this. No,
That's
but
just-
not this weekend. I'm talking about like The Weeknd when he first came on.
Morning.
Back in the
Wicked
day.
Games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
then, Weekend. Now,
Okay.
Weekend is trying to be a low budget Bruno Mars mixed with
I
Michael
don't
Jackson.
really get those vibes. I think
Bruno
he's
Mars is
really
a goat. I fuck with Bruno Mars. personally.
today. I
No,
don't
I
feel
liked him.
like
I liked him when it was like
doing
talking to the
anything.
moon. You know what I mean?
Huh?
When he was like talking to the moon and like when I was your man. When he was trying to be like,
What about
Yeah, that's
this
my-
bitch got me paying that banger.
some bitch gotta pay the rent. I don't
No, that's the
know.
Bruno
Damn
tune,
right.
isn't it? What's it called?
Damn right.
I don't know.
That's a good song though.
It's a new one.
I felt like you got a bit triggered from that. Have you lived through that song?
HB playing.
Got me paying the rent.
Fuck those bitches, man.
Okay,
No
so
shit, I didn't mean that.
we got Scissor, we got Weekend.
Yeah. Jhené Aiko, Drake.
Yeah.
Drake the GOAT, man.
Nicki. We're
So
back in the
I'm
day.
getting like you like the slow R&B kind of things.
I'm
Things are
an
gonna
old
vibe
school
you.
R&B girl, like
Yeah.
the 90s love girl. That's me.
I can roll
I'm
with
not
that.
into the whole. Excuse me?
Can you do that one more time, please? No, I mean it like the way you did.
Depends what mood I'm in. I'll be
I'm
honest.
just a bit like, so what we doing in the spare time then, other than popping up,
Yeah.
like everything is about like,
There's no meaning really.
yeah. I feel like I just think music's gone into such a technical direction where everything's just manufactured so fast and
Yeah.
regurgitated. Like I think one of the best rappers and lyricists is like J. Cole.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just
And-
about to say,
yeah.
this, like, that's the first name that came to mind.
Yeah, and
Cold word.
His
no role
storytelling.
models. No role models.
Love Yours, Wet Dreams, bro.
One of my favorite
Bangers.
songs is Planes by him and Jeremiah.
Oh, what a song.
That's one of my favorite songs ever.
This is,
I think Wet Dreams is one of the best songs.
Yeah,
ever to
Yeah,
be made.
no,
sick.
facts. It's the
The
storytelling,
storytelling, the
ability is a joke.
flow, the sound.
I know Wet Dreams bar for bar.
Yeah.
Do you know Joyner Lucas? ADHD album. It's dope.
Fuck, I can't think. Who's
That's
he got a song
homework.
with?
He did a song about Will Smith, remember? It was like,
What? I feel like
was he
I
like?
know a tune he's got.
put me on the
Right,
spot right
this
now.
is
See, you don't like it. I've always said
this
you
is
would take
a
it.
I'm the guest.
I think
So you
I've got
You're
a valid.
different. You're the host.
damn right.
Damn.
I think I've got a valid opinion. I
Okay,
think
okay.
that a 10 out of 10 J. Cole song is better than a 10 out of 10 Drake song. Do you hear what I'm saying? or
Yeah,
not?
it's got meaning,
Yeah,
story.
but then every other like rating of Drake is better than J. Cole.
Yeah, because I think Drake gets the beat right.
His
Drake gets
yeah,
the
but-
flow. The flow.
but I
of
feel
it.
like
It's
J.
very
Cole's
easy
flow's
to
a
listen.
joke.
Yeah, but J. Cole's
Yeah, but J.
album.
Cole's more for. I think he suits guys because his lyrics are quite boisterous rather than to the girls. Whereas
Yeah, Drake
Drake's a
does both.
lover. Drake's
It
a
depends what
schmoozer.
it depends what
Drake's a
vibes
flower
Drake's
boy.
on. I'll be honest.
Yeah, Drake's Mr. Loverboy. You know what I mean? J. Cole is Mr. Guy from the ends.
I feel like J. Cole's best songs, excluding the ones that we just said, well, some of them are all features though. Have features on them.
Actually, do you know what?
Do you know
don't
what I mean?
talk about
I'm
Cole
trying to
like
think.
that.
Nah,
I'm trying
I
to
fuck
think
with
what
J.
tunes.
Cole heavily.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying
But
to think
the
what-
ones that get me to the most recent ones anyway. Like they've got features on them. And I know you can
Nah,
say the
what
same about Drake, but
I
I could
can't
listen
lie.
to Drake's album back to back to
can't
back
lie.
on his own and be happy.
Cole's the tune from Creed 3. You seen Creed 3 yet or not?
No.
The training
Oh, yeah,
montage.
shit.
Cole's got a tune. It's just him, bro.
Yeah, bad boy.
The
Fire.
tune is all I've been
Listen,
listening to.
more
in
on fire than
training.
you. It's more on
I'm
fire
watching
than you, I'll
Creed
be
not to
honest.
listen to the track. I'm watching for one person only. We all know who he is.
Michael B. Jordan.
Sylvester Stallone's not in it.
I'd say that Michael B. Jordan is one of my man crushes. Either Michael B. Jordan or Drake.
Drake.
I think Drake's quite handsome.
You think Drake's ugly?
He's all right, but he's not like my crush.
So okay, so
Like I like Reggie Jean,
I don't know who
Soda?
that is.
the guy who was in Bridgerton.
The
Don't
fuck?
know who that is.
Good. At least you won't get jealous when you.
We're uncultured.
Who's
I like-
who's
Why
your
is he
woman
good
crush
looking?
Wednesday?
What's his name? I can pull it up.
Reggie Jean.
Reggie Jean.
Got the first ever fact check on the Gooms podcast.
He's dreamy.
Who's your woman crush Wednesday?
Do you know my first ever woman crush was Avril Lavigne?
Who?
Avril Lavigne. She's now dating Tiger.
I don't know who that is.
Tiger.
Oh no, fuck Tiger.
I
Sorry,
recognise
that's
him.
Nice.
That's your man crush,
I don't know who that
really?
is.
Let me see.
Looks a bit like an ostrich.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Don't you see that like high neck? Like, I know you know what I,
I
mean.
just need to. Sorry,
Okay, it looks
I feel
handsome there,
Let me see.
and this suit's quite cool. Really?
Look at him.
Yeah, but look at him here. He looks like my Uber driver yesterday.
Don't you dare.
Come on.
I don't know who it is.
Listen.
Look at that. How is that a woman crush Wednesday, bro?
How can you say
Don't
that?
you see ostrich? When I say ostrich,
How can
I don't
you
know if I-
say that?
but yeah, innit?
like I can see him like running like that, like with his neck.
Look,
out
what's he
and
do?
Feathers
To be
going.
fair,
He's an actor.
I think this is basic, but Central C is cool. I think it's cool.
I think Central C's
Yeah,
quite
no,
cool.
I think everyone does.
I see that.
He's got that cool like bad boy, but like he also looks like a good boy at the same time. Look,
He's a
and
pretty
then
boy, innit?
it's the swag that comes with it as well. That
And I like that he's Asian.
Where's he from?
I think he's got a mix of everything, but I think he's got a bit of Chinese in him.
Oh, for real?
Mm.
You originate from China?
No, so I was born here, but I've lived in China, and my second language is Cantonese. It was my first.
Can you speak some?
Yeah.
No, like right now.
They say, yeah.
Sorry.
Ooh,
Sorry? I said, what would you like me to say?
that's cool. Can I know
say-
what do you get? Okay, do you get offended?
Oh.
No,
say,
like
no.
say Christine is my friend.
Krishan, 係我朋友.
Krishan, hayo payo,
係我
hello.
係我朋
I ain't even gonna try, man.
友.
Yeah, what she said. Let's leave it at that. Okay, I want to ask you a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you said your second language was Cantonese. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you get like frustrated by the Chinese takeaways here?
No, because my mum and dad have one.
Really?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Is it the same though?
Nah,
Like, do you get
that's,
fr- do you
we're
get- do
trying
you
to
get-
sell white people in
Do you
Chinese
get pissed
food.
off when people order chicken, sweet and sour chicken
No, because
balls?
that's them. Because I'm not eating that.
I don't fuck with that shit.
I know, but doesn't it frustrate you when someone has a sweet and sour chicken Cantonese ball and chips and says, I'm having a Chinese tonight?
Break my Chinese order.
No.
No?
No, because you're giving me money.
Can you rate it?
Pay me.
Okay.
You
Well,
know?
then, hey,
I want you right. Sweet
chicken
and sour.
sausage, do you know that? Bosh.
Yeah.
Right. Sweet and sour chicken Cantonese style. Egg fried rice. Court duck. Aromatic duck.
This is a big plate.
I'll spend like £40 on Chinese.
Pinch a
food or
bit.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got to share Chinese,
Yeah,
right?
same. I'm
I'm trying to think what else. Whenever I get Chinese, usually with you. What else do we get?
Sometimes crispy shredded beef.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I love
Shredded
crispy
beef?
shredded beef.
Yeah, banging.
Has to be spicy as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the chili one. Yeah. What else do we get, bro?
chili garlic prawn. No,
Yeah. Oh, I like salt and pepper prawns.
Salt and pepper
pepper
prawns, man.
salt and pepper prawns. I like seaweed.
Yeah.
Seaweed
But it's not
bangs.
real seaweed. Do you know that, right?
Yeah.
What is
Cabbage.
it?
Yeah,
It's fried cabbage.
How did they make it?
By chopping up the cabbage and banging it in
fried
the
it?
deep fat fryer, yeah. And then they put MSG on it and then they put fish floss on top. So, pay me.
Damn.
Seaweed.
You learn something new every day, man.
What else do we have in our Chinese order? Obviously, you got to go noodles.
Oh, love the noodles. Do you know what
No
I've
chow
really
mein though.
loved
I
at
just
the
want
moment?
noodles with bean sprouts.
Do
That's
you know
what
what
I
I've
want.
loved at the moment? Weekend song where it's like, got a sweet Asian chick, she got low man.
Huh?
Oh, she can sing. Heard of it.
Can you actually say?
I heard of it.
Love it.
She's not gonna
Drop some on the pod, man.
No, this is not a live and direct exclusive.
Why not?
We're not here for this.
Have you got any like passion projects that you want to start? Just anything you just think would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
You're like, why not? I'll give it a crack.
Sing.
What do you mean, like, as in?
Just anything.
Yeah,
Could
I'm
be
a professional
absolutely
dancer. So
What?
I do
Oh,
sing and
cool.
dance. I've sung and danced.
Oh, I didn't
I was in
know
a
that.
girl group and stuff like that. Like
What,
early
singing?
on. Yeah. So
Swear.
I learned singing and
like
like
Beyonce and
dancing.
them
No, I'm
guys
talking
there,
about like,
Destiny's
would you
Child.
like pick it back up? Like a passion
Yeah.
project that you start now?
So I go back into dancing now.
What's the name?
definitely.
You'd go back into or you've gone back into?
No, like I just dance, but not put it out there because it's my passion. You know, it's my
Right.
escape time. It's like going to the gym. It's like my own little
okay.
thing.
I didn't know that about you. That's
You
cool.
didn't- I grew up being a
So you can
gymnast.
path and lack and you can
Yeah,
what?
grew up being a gymnast.
Oh damn.
So that's how I got into fire because I was already a dancer
Oh.
and I wanted to learn a new skill.
And then you basically just how can I monetize this?
Yeah,
now and
incorporated it
quickly?
all.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I learned something new.
dope.
Every day is a school day, Christian.
Sure.
So don't dip in school. Stay in school, guys.
You said earlier you were quite shit at school, right?
Yeah.
To somebody that's at school, that's not doing very well, and has a dream, has aspirations, has a work rate, knows what they want to do or knows where they want to get to, but the school system isn't allowing them to flourish in the way that they want to. Their results aren't good. They're getting poor exams. All of this kind of stuff. What would you say to them?
Stay free thinking. Don't lose that about yourself. Be your own person. Believe in your own direction. Because these skills that you acquire, knowledge is always acquirable, but your own assets in life, so your personality, your little traits, your quirks, things like that, your passions, people can't teach you those. You have to want them. So keep those. Later on in life, if you've done shit in school, later on in life, you can pay to learn. There's always time to learn. But it's going to take you longer to find what you...
Find yourself.
Yeah. So if you are like already within yourself and know that I'm like this and I'm like that. Don't lose that spark. Keep that spark about yourself, because that's definitely something that I lost a little bit, because I was quite racially bullied going to school.
Oh wow.
I was the only Chinese girl. I've been kind of the only Chinese girl around my circles growing up anyway. That's why I said I want to be my own role model, because I never had one. And I just wanted to be the clown, because I wanted to be accepted. Yeah, and I wanted to be, if I'm not cute and I'm not fit and I'm not that girl, I'll just be funny or whatever. And for me, that was my little like escape. So I was just like, whatever. And it did make my grades go down because I didn't concentrate. But then I never lost that part of me that was like, no, I need to prove these motherfuckers wrong.
I feel like that's what drives me quite a bit. I enjoy like just proving people wrong.
Yeah, I was told I wasn't gonna
that inner dog. That inner dog that's like, no, I'm not gonna fall into that.
I was told I wasn't gonna do much of school. They were like, oh, it's a shame.
For my GCSEs, they asked me to drop like 3 subjects. It's like, no. So I'm gonna fucking smash the shit out of them. So I just revised bare. Like I got bare shit grades all year round.
I didn't even turn up to one of my GCSEs. I did a dance college audition on my German GCSE, and I was like,
I rate it though.
I was like, you know what? And it was the only dance college I auditioned for. So I was like, this is all or nothing.
But what do you find more interesting now though? Dance or German? The language German. Exactly. Obviously, you've not gone to that exam, but you find more enjoyment and spend more time in dance than you do in the German language now.
Take the risks. Like I said, if you don't fail, you're not going to know what your successes are.
I'm like the most impulsive, like risk taker.
Same.
I'm just impulsive about everything. Just like fucking.
Age is impulsive about everything.
This is literally me.
Do you get very just excited randomly?
Yeah, I once found out that I had an inkling that my ex was cheating on me, so I booked a flight.
When you got excited about it?
No, I had an inkling.
A flight?
I had an inkling that he was. So he went traveling to go find himself. We were going through a bit of a rough patch, and he went to Thailand. The guy was dragging his feet. Kept saying, "Oh, I'm coming back next week. Can't wait to like get an apartment with you." I was like, this is booky. This is so booky. Bear in mind, he was my only boyfriend, so I've been with him for like 4.5 years. Long time. That night, Sunday, I got paid. Monday morning, I was on a flight to Thailand. Didn't tell anyone. I was I was absolutely shaking like a leaf. I was like, fuck. I did so much research on him. I became MI5 in about 8 minutes.
It's what scares me about women, you know.
And I tracked this guy.
It actually scares me.
He was in Patong in Thailand. And I went there and I turned up to the tattoo shop. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing here? And that's how I found out he had someone else. And that week in Thailand, I was by myself. I found these. I was in a beach club and I was crying because I was like, "This is the end. Like, I'm not gonna find anything better." I found these crazy Aussies that were just like on a mad holiday, and I just spent like a week and a half with them, just doing mad shit in Thailand. And I came home, started my own company, did this, did that, and then not spoke to the guy since.
So you flew all the way to Thailand just to get kind of dumped and
found out.
I was just gonna say closure. Yeah.
Found out you
because the guy's been back to me since. So for me, I'm not gonna lie to you, 4.5 years is a long time to throw away. You know, and if you're not being responsive to me, cool. I'm gonna take the measurements in my life that I need to take to confirm that. So that time for me was the whole thing of like, I need to straighten up. And the day that this accident happened was on his birthday.
What? His birthday's April Fool's as well.
I should have known. I should have known not to date that guy. Fuck.
I think we've had a really good conversation. I think now's a good time to wrap the pod.
I just wanted to say when initially I reached out for you to come on, I said I wanted our first female to be a strong female with a strong story, and you fully lived up to that.
Thank you.
So thank you. You brought vibes. You made us smile.
It's been a good pod, man.
You added some value.
Good.
I hope people that are listening and watching find some value in what you've spoken about. If you want to plug any of your social media tags or anything that you've got going on quickly to the people that are.
So all my social media tags are the same. It's Sophie Lee. So SOPHIRELEE. I post all my what's going on those platforms, TikTok, Instagram. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you for
And more
having
importantly,
me.
follow the Gooms Pod on Spotify.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram.
Big up.
TikTok. we need to keep the lights on.
Yeah, man.
Need to start earning
Yes.
some money.
Thank you for having your first
thank
woman
you.
on here.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
I hope
Made us
now,
happy.
like,
Thank you for
whoever's
giving us-
next can fill these shoes.
You reckon they live up to it?
Thank you as well. Just like coming on as well. Like you got a larger audience than we do, obviously, and
No,
actually
but-
giving us the time of day and rolling.
Because you fucking bring value.
Yeah.
You bring value to the world. You fucking changing the world. You know, if you don't tell your story and you don't impact lives, you're not going to change the world. And you're doing like
Thank
all
you,
those
man.
things. So you're doing it right.
We appreciate you a lot.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Right.
People's them. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of that good
Subscribe.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
And I
yeah.
hope you come back to my show. Yeah. Thank you.
Why don't you sign us out?
On that note,
See you later, man.